Go.
I woke up this morning with my mind, it was stayed on Jesus. And can't nobody do me like Jesus. Hi everybody, my name is Daniel.
And my name's Grace.
And welcome to our podcasts.
Purdue.
So, on stage recording.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Eh?
Cut it.
Okay.
I can start.
So this is the dilemma we had when trying to plan for this video, because we wanted to get her perspective and my perspective. So, but we really feel that we should still be together in the video for now, because let's just give our thoughts together.
But yeah, I think I would really like to know how you think we first met. Because I have my own perspective of how we met, and I think I always tell it. I'm going to tell it after you, or should I go first?
You have got a kind of like fictitious way of how we met, so let me start.
Fictitious.
Let me start.
Imagine.
So-
Fictitious.
No,
Me.
understand. And wait, because I have thoughts about how this started. Okay.
That's why I want to hear it.
Story time. Once upon a time, there was me. I was doing my own thing. She was doing her own thing. So the first time I record us meeting is in David Kawanda. So just to answer Melissa's question, Melissa asked a question in the What's DK.
Yeah.
So to our international viewers, for those who are not in Zambia or Africa, David Kawanda is like a secondary system. So just to explain our school system before it recently changed, is when someone is born, maybe around 7, they start school, right? And baby class, then you go into pre-grade, then you go right into, you start the first grade, which is got grade 1.
Yeah, so there's nursery, right? Nursery is like the baby classes before you actually get into that place where you have the mindset of, getting into the complicated math and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there's nursery, there's primary, there's junior secondary, there's senior secondary, and then, so, but in some cases, there's nursery, primary, and high school. Junior, then high school. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And then, so we met in like grade 11, right?
I don't know. You were in a higher grade than I was, so we met when I was in grade 10.
Yeah, I was in grade 11. But all I remember, my recollection of you at that time is very blurry, actually.
Very, very blurry. This guy does not remember me. So in this case, I'm like a stalker.
No, not really like that. It's just that, I don't know what was going on, I was like, David Kaunda, like we've just explained, is a secondary school. So it was like a whole world of its own. So we had like grade 12s who were in the last year of their of school before they get into A-levels, then university or tertiary.
And by the way, it was a boarding school.
Yes.
Within town.
And to be honest, it felt like a world of its own. That's the way I felt.
So, where did you first meet me? Like, meet me.
Honestly, where I feel I met you, like really got to know you, was in India.
But I also have a question now. Did you have an idea of me in DK?
Yes, I did. Remember?
Like a conscious idea that, this girl exists, or you just like saw me pass by?
I think we used to talk once in a while, because remember, we joined when Slog was there. Slog was in Genesis, and I remember he was the G at that time. And I also was in Genesis, trying to do vocals and stuff. Then you came.
Trying.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah, so I think...
Well...
So I have a little bit of a thought of you in Genesis, So Genesis was like a gospel group for youngsters in school. We used to maybe rap. We used to write raps and sing, write choruses. So it'd be like you do a chorus, your friend comes in. We used to do ciphers at some point, huh? Yeah, so like a good kind of gospel vibe like that.
Yeah, it was a good gospel vibe. It was like a more youthful group and Christian youthful group.
Christian youthful group, yeah. So that's my recollection. What was yours?
Okay, yeah. So I remember him in school, David Kaunda. What happened? So the first time I met him, anyway, I saw him around because he's very passionate about the guitar. And back then, you know those people who plays the instruments, guitar players, and he's like doing his song thing, music thing, like, ooh, yeah. Guy Sebastian lover. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Guy Sebastian lover, and, you know, singing everywhere. So the girls are like, oh my gosh, Daniel, can you play me this song? Oh my gosh, Daniel, can you play me this song? And, you know.
So I don't think it was like that, but anyway.
But
for your information, I never dated in school, so it was like
yeah, he never dated in school, which was a good thing.
1 to 12 years of school, never.
Very disciplined, which is a good thing about you, sir.
For the first part of my life.
So, met him in David Kaunda, and the first time we actually had an interaction, for me, what I recall, we have this thing where we like maintain the school in a certain way, cleanliness. And he was monitoring our class. He was a grade higher than I was. He was a monitor.
Oh yeah, I was like a prefect of some kind.
Yes, he was like a prefect. And he was supervising our class during that cleaning session of the surrounding. And this guy kept on passing on the broom to somebody else and the bucket to someone else. For those who are not familiar with the African system, it's not really abuse. We're just cleaning our surroundings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he kept on talking and talking and talking. I was like, okay.
I think it was abuse, but anyway, it's okay.
But not to make the story so long, but he just kept on talking to me, and I felt like everybody was going to hate me because I wasn't doing any of the sweeping. He kept on passing the broom on to someone else, but that's the first time.
I don't remember that.
See, he doesn't remember, so that's why he says
not even a little bit.
But anyway,
I believe you.
But that's what I remember about. That's how we first met. But it was more so like, oh, he exists and oh, she exists. So
yeah. Coming to stringing along from my first meeting to you, was what I remember clearly was seeing you in India. So what happened is, when I went to India in 2015, she came in 2016. A week before she came, I had a dream. And the funny thing was, in the dream, there was an earthquake, because we had two-story buildings, right? It's like, so it was one level, first, the second level, where I used to stay with my dorm mates at that time. So I had a dream. In that dream, Grace came, and there was an earthquake, and I was holding a hand, and we managed to come out of the building before the earthquake, the building all came down on everybody. So then all of a sudden, a week later, I saw her in the mess.
What's the mess?
The mess. So remember, when you go to depending on different, but in India, when you go to when you go to a different country, in the hostel, there's a communal place where they give food.
Cafeteria.
Yeah, in American terms, it's cafeteria.
A cafeteria.
Oh, there's so many words for it now.
Hall.
There's pause rooms, there is mess, there is I don't know, so many things.
Yeah.
But it's, in short, it's a place where you eat from. So I saw it in the dining hall, and I was like, wow, okay, I think I had a dream about this girl. And we were so happy because when you're in a foreign land, every familiar face, it's just a breath of fresh air. They're like, I know you. And yeah. So I was very happy. I went there, gave a side hug, and like, oh, Christians, give a side hug, like, because everyone used to say that if you hug a girl, you like, it's too personal, man. So like, side hug. So I gave her a side hug, and I was excited to see a familiar face. Yeah, away from the guys. Yeah, so that was nice.
So I think that's also what I remember, apart from the dream, the side hug. Because there was one time I was thinking about it, I was like, wait, we're really that, it was like, oh, hi, Daniel, oh my gosh, hi. Oh, like, you are here? Okay, it's not like you are here. I already knew he was in India. Because when I was applying for school to go to India, I kind of used him as a channel. He sent me a brochure. He doesn't remember that either. But if I still had my old Facebook page, I was somehow reported and cancelled from, I think.
Yeah, for
sharing
account.
Jesus.
Yeah, we used to like
Jesus loves you.
We used to like do lives, so we used to share like crazy people, and so I think they flagged us as spams or something.
Yeah, so they deleted my account and
sorry,
cancelled me. For sharing Jesus. Jesus saves.
So coming back to how I felt very relieved because I had spent a year. The people I was with were amazing. So I went there with, I met, Stephen was there. By the way, check out their channel. We're going to link it, where? We've always
somewhere in the description.
Somewhere in the description. We're going to link.
in the video.
Yes.
It's going to come.
They called them Kalulas. They got married just, I think, like 2 months after us, right?
Yeah.
So I've been friends with Stephen for a long time, and we met Lottie, and we were there. But it was just good to find someone you actually knew or had a glimpse of. It just felt good.
Yeah, that's really true, because when you're in a foreign place, you have to like begin to create new friendships. You talk to people, find out, is this person okay? Can I be friends with this person and stuff? It's kind of, I don't know.
I'm looking at your knuckles. But anyway, yeah, you're right.
It's kind of iffy, but yeah, it was really nice to see him, because I think when I went to the school, I think I spent like a whole 2 weeks. There's one of our seniors, he's talked about him, Slog. His name is Sylvester, by the way. He's AKA Slog. I met him first, and like we had a conversation, and I asked him, saying, where's Daniel? Is he around? He's like, yeah, he's around. He's gonna come sooner or later and stuff like that. And when I met him, I was like, oh, hi, how are you? And stuff like that. And yeah, I think our relationship grew from there. That's when we're intentional about being friends.
Yeah, I should say.
In India. And
newsflash, I've remembered something about DK. Grace was the sports captain. This girl used to run 12 laps non-stop. That's why, when I know I'm bloopering, but when we decided to when we got married, I was like, this girl can beat you, like, yo. So I had to wait. So it's not even about, yes, it's about having Christ in me, but the flip side also is that if there was a fight, she would beat me up straight. She used to run. She was sports captain. I don't know why I feel like I used to play rugby too.
No, I never used
Football?
I never played rugby. Football, a bit of basketball, some volleyball.
See?
Running was my A game. Now I can't run a whole 100 meters without feeling like I'm going to die.
No, but you're coaching me about that marathon.
I need to exercise. So yeah.
She was in my ears when I was doing one marathon one time, so it's too good. Okay.
I don't see that.
Okay, so India, she was in India for 5 years. I was in there for 7 years because she did her pharmacy. Then I did my undergrad and my master's. So when that happened, when I came home, it was fun. I think to be honest with you, when you're living life, to be honest, every lady may be a prospect and again not a prospect. Let's just be honest, okay? So it's not like everyone is really sure, like, oh, this girl I'm going to marry. Not everyone is like that. There are people who are Grace, God shows them. But for me and Grace, it was more of a brother-sister relationship, just to be honest. The certain qualities I did see that she was amazing, but we were part of a group. A lot of the team members that we were around also had good qualities, to be honest. Not the qualities to marry them, but yeah, like everyone had good qualities, to be honest.
Or you
And
specifically, but
yes,
everybody did.
yes, everybody did, honestly. And of course, I always tell Grace I'm the worst sinner ever. We all made mistakes here and there, but the underlying thing is that one, we loved God. Two, we saved him as much as we could in a foreign land, and through Team Jesus. Because the part that I told you is after I had the dream, I think a month later, we kind of like, do you remember? I kind of invited her to Team Jesus, because I used to do some funny stuff, but then, and that's another testimony, okay? I used to do some funny stuff. I stopped, then I went into Team Jesus, and when I went into Team Jesus, I asked Grace and I asked Stephen. So the founding members of Team Jesus were Grace, me, and Stephen. Then Lottie came in, then George, and the group grew from there. So when I came back from India, I arrived here. I went through a lot of mentorship, right? And I always say, I don't think God would have allowed me to get into a relationship like this towards marriage if I didn't go through a little bit of training, because I did make a lot of mistakes. And in those things I learned, I grew up, and I got into a little bit of mentorship for like 7 months, and I didn't really know it was mentorship, but God was literally teaching me through someone. It was at that point when one day, Grace kind of called me and said, hey, I think I need a break, so can I come to your church? I was like, okay, please be my guest. And she came to my church. So like, first, I've never really, I think I've asked this question, but what made you come to my church first?
So that gets into the whole different story. I'll try to summarize it because I'm not the best at summarizing stories. I grew up in obviously we all grew up in like household, family, church and whatnot. And I went to school and had like different places I went to congregate with, and it kind of took me away from that aspect. Of course, my mom used to go to that church, but then there comes a time in life when you decide on where you want to go to, I think. Just maybe based on like the teaching, or like you just want to, I don't know, go to a different place or something. So I think at that particular point, I just wanted to like, I don't know, go to your church.
Have a breather. Okay.
Well, go to like a different place to congregate on that particular day. And so I said, hey, because there was a point where he just kept on talking about the church and whatnot. So I was like, okay, let me go and congregate with him, see how it is there.
What I loved about our church was there was no pastor this or reverend that. I'm not saying there's a problem. It's just imagine if we started calling each other by, this is my honest opinion. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, okay? Disclaimer.
No, it's not.
But I'm just saying, I just don't think, like, imagine if we were calling like Savior Jesus. Or imagine, another one that I say, it's like imagine if we went around calling each other like, oh, Plumber Grace, or Pharmacy Grace, or Pharmacist Grace. Oh, then you call me, what am I don't know, or whatever I am. Then you call another person, oh, photographer, that. I don't know, but we have somehow in the circles of Christianity normalized it, that it has made people get. Now the problem, calling the title is not really the issue, it's what those titles have brought. Now people become so aligned to it, and they want like the prestige and respect that comes with that. They forget what they actually, because being a pastor is being a servant, so
it's being a shepherd. So my perspective on it is that the title's been glorified so much that you kind of put the person who has the title in a position where the human nature at some point just comes out.
Exactly.
And they begin to feel some sort of way.
And what I feel is that we as congregants spoil the pastors more than they spoil themselves. Because we are the ones who put them on a pedestal that should not be. Yeah. And another thing I loved, there were no special chairs at our church. Because now in churches, I see sofas, and the only thing that comes to my head is like, when Solomon, when King Saul did his thing, like, he put statues of himself, and then Samuel was complaining. Want to get into that? That's another topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at that particular time, that's what I loved about you. And when you came in, it was just nice. By the way, I was actively looking at that particular time.
I
was actively looking. I really wanted a wife. There was something in me that was yearning to be right by God. So I was not going into marriage as an escape. And God knew that. But I just said, hey, look, at this point, I don't want to be going from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend. It was at that time when God heard my prayer. And that's why I'm saying I went through mentorship. Because that put my mind straight. It put me, it kind of refined what I wanted, what I needed to be in marriage. It made me understand that I am not going to get a solution from marriage. Marriage will just amplify. So if I'm a whore, I will be a bigger whore in marriage. Sorry.
I didn't expect that word.
Yeah, but anyway, you get the point.
Yes. I get the point. Okay, so for me, how can I put it? I think it was at the moment when he asked me out. Honestly. I don't know. I don't know how best I can describe it, because I think the way God answered his prayer, and I think me just being open to what the Holy Spirit was going to do about a relationship at that point in my life, was just very. God orchestrated it in a very weird way. Not weird, but very unexpected. He says, what do you call it? Arranged marriage sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but to the end.
It's not really really that sort of thing. So for me, he throughout from DK, I had a certain perspective of him, right? My perspective of him was that he talked too much. He was going to get me in trouble. He played the guitar. He sang. And most of the times when that happens, a lot of girls would be around him because they would like to hear him sing and play the guitar.
So wait, were you scared that maybe the girls will come after you?
Yes.
Did they ever come after you?
Not about you.
That's a bummer.
Not about him.
I thought you're gonna be like, yeah, they came after you. Like, oh God. You would have
I tried my best to run away from those situations.
Was there really that much?
The thing is, you were very, how can I put it? You were very out there about playing your guitar and singing. And you're still very passionate about music.
Was that the only thing that was good about me, the guitar and singing? You can't even say I was handsome. Come on. Brainy, really thing. I was not handsome.
He was growing.
Wow.
He was growing. You know that awkward teenage phase.
So you're saying I was not nice?
He was growing. Okay. I wasn't. Yeah.
Let's just say she doesn't remember how I looked. No, but I don't think I used to look that nice either. So you have a pass.
We were both young.
Yeah.
So So then I thought about him a certain way. Then India, I got to know him a bit more, and I got to see this responsible, though he has his own story about who he is. But I got to see him being responsible, to see him being protective, to see him being somebody who's very passionate about Christ and the calling that God has placed in his life. I got to see him relate with different people. I love how social he is, even if it's a situation that may not be, what do you call it? It may not, anyway, for introverts like some of us, all social situations are just very awkward.
True.
But yeah, he was welcoming. He still is. There's so many things, right? Yeah. And also an aspect of him being a leader. An aspect of him being a leader and stuff. And I got to see all these things while we were friends and brother and sister in the Lord.
Yeah.
to be very specific. So my perception of him was that he would make a great husband to somebody. I just never put myself in the equation because in my mind, he was just a brother. He was just a friend. And like I said, he needed to grow. He grew into being handsome.
And the truth of the matter is, you were
It's charming. Yes.
you were dating. I was dating.
Yeah. And
Like we were doing our lives separately.
exactly. And the thing is, he would tell me about his dating life. I would sometimes tell him about my dating
Yeah.
life because he wanted to be that brother who, like, in case anything happens, going to beat up anybody
Yeah.
who did this and this and that. And it's just very funny because I think
Beware of the brothers in the Lord. No, but in our defense, honestly, we didn't see it coming. This is why our relationship, we 100% attributed to God.
yeah.
Yeah, just to be honest, I don't think I had enough game. I don't think our lives would have been compatible if God was not in the middle, because we're very different people. I am like a very people person. She is a people person, but with a clock.
A limit.
Yeah, so like after a few minutes, she'll be like, I need my space, you know, but I'm not like that. I love people and I go hard.
Yeah, he goes hard, and I think that's also what I'm learning from him. But yeah,
I'm also learning to be on my own.
that's not gonna happen.
No, but there's some times where like I get tired of people sometimes. I don't want to mention the specific place I get tired of people, but yeah, I do get tired of people sometimes, and I'm just like, oh man, no, not they. Don't worry,
not me.
It's not you. You're my happy place, my friend.
Happy.
At least I come home, because you know what Proverbs says. Proverbs says it's better to live at the corner or section of the roof of your house than to live with an ugly woman. I love coming home, and that's when I travel for work. I'm in a hotel. I'm like, yeah, these beds are terrible. I can't wait to be home. It's because of you, my friend. So yeah. So in our, like I said, it was more like a brother-sister relationship, and I was dating, she was dating, we were doing our own things, and we were just good.
Yeah, and I think during that time, maybe that being friend and being brother and sister in the Lord kind of helped us view each other from those perspectives.
Yes,
I guess.
a very unbiased perspective. So my favorite place in the world, apart from other countries that I've been to, in Zambia is Steers. I've tested a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotel foods, but Steers is still amazing. And Steers is still amazing, right? So I remember the other time, if you remember, I called you last week and I was like, hey, I was trying to, do you know what that was?
I was like, hey, baby, I'm close to the side. Where do you
Yes.
want me to? Where should I eat from?
I
There's
was
so
trying
many
to-
places around. Not knowing that the guy is going to steal.
Yeah, no, I was trying to not feel guilty about eating food. I've always felt guilty. You know, the first time I ate food alone in my whole life, like I just sat in a restaurant and ate food alone, was in New Delhi. New Delhi near the bus stand. What was that? What was the bus stand called? I forgot about the bus stand.
It's bastard.
Yes, but no, there was a place where we used to go near the bus stand, and there was a Burger King there.
Oh.
And I sat down for the first time and ate. So that's the way I felt when I was about to eat that burger. I remember that, so I was like, let me call my wife. And I'm like, yo, do you need food? You refused. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, because I tell them, only put the patty, put the cheese, don't put onion, it's going to ruin my breath, I'm going back for work. So I put it there, oof, and when I bit into it, I was like, oof. So yeah, that was the first place. So we went to Steers, and I remember what we ordered. We ordered ribs, and like a 2-pack ribs, and she liked it. One thing I love and still love about Grace is when we go out, she loves fries. It's her favorite food. She would know how to mix the sauces. So whether it's Nando's or maybe it's Steers sauces, she just knew somehow how to fix it, and it would be like amazing. So she mixed it when then we had the ribs and everything. So we did have a conversation about a lot of things. So what I remember from that date was it was amazing, because that's the time when we had a discussion about everything, whether we were going to continue with each other. and stuff like that.
Yeah. So our relationship did not progress the way relationships progress now.
Yes.
Okay, so it came from friendship, brother and sister type of thing, to him having to like blot it out to say, hey, I see you as this type of lady in my life. And then us going now into that date, right, where we went to Steers, and they're quite nice. The ribs there are very nice.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's not a sponsored video. Hi, it's not a sponsored video, but just in case,
Just in case, maybe you're not in Zambia or in Zambia. We all have different palettes, but we love Steers.
Steers is nice.
This house. And the funny thing is, after that, we haven't really gone there as much as we would want to.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, that was, I think, our first date. Steers. I think it's just that one.
So challenges that we faced. So first of all, like I mentioned earlier, I was actively looking for a wife. I really wanted to marry. I started wanting to marry in 2021. And one of the deepest challenge was having to clear out the space for my wife to be. Because, not every guy has that assertive nature. Sometimes we find ourselves in relations because sometimes we don't want to hurt the person, or you love that kind of relationship and things go haywire, or sometimes they don't go haywire. So for me, it was having to clean up shop for Grace, because then I needed to let go of everything, all feelings I had in the past. And because at that particular point, I was kind of like sure that this may be the person that we can settle with. So it was very tough. Because, and this is why a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions about my past, about people I dated before. I have got a rule, I never say anything bad. Simply because, number one, reputation of those people. Number two, I don't really get the sense of me saying something bad. And as human beings, we always tell the story one-sided.
Yeah.
We always tell the story to make us look good. And this is why, I'll give you an example. I heard this on Sunday. This is why the Bible, again, is another reason to choose the Bible, because the Bible actually shows the imperfections of the people written in it. Yeah. Unlike a lot of other books outside, they don't show the imperfections of the prophets. Okay, I heard this and I learned this recently, and it's the same way for me at that particular point. And another thing, if you say something bad about people, it ruins their reputation. And the reason is that, 95% were biased, like I said. Because we're always telling it to look good. I won't be like, no, I hate Grace. It will be like, no, Grace was terrible. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that was a very tough moment for me, because then I had to grow up. I had to stop being a boy, be a man, and stick to one woman, not open the door to my odd feelings. And so that was one of the challenges.
Okay. It's an interesting question. It's an interesting situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, the challenge was now looking at him in a different perspective.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Because I looked at him as a friend for a very long time. I looked at him as a brother for a very long time. And we didn't really have so much time to like date. And you know how things just progress when like a thing, you're feeling shy for a person, I like you, oh my gosh, and then from that you be like, oh, we're gonna meet. Okay, but they are like, you didn't come first. It was making a decision to be together, okay, first, and then it went forward. So stepping out of the boundary, I can say, for lack of better term, stepping out of that circle of being a brother or a sister, to him, and being now in a position of having like romantic feelings.
Yes, and that was a big issue. I thought about that. I was like, like I've seen this girl as my sister. Like, am I really gonna have like romantic feelings for her? Like, That was a huge question
That's
for me.
why I think we say it was somewhat of an arranged marriage type of situation.
Yeah.
Like, I saw the qualities in him of being like a good husband to somebody. I just never saw it as to me. So when he came and he like told me to say, hey, this is how I feel about you and our relationship, and I see you as somebody who can be my wife, right? So that one was like, okay, oh, when did you start seeing me as somebody who can be your wife, bro? Type of thing. And yeah, so it kind of like opened a different door for me. I always tell him this. Him saying that like opened a different door to say, oh, so he can actually see me in that perspective, and I didn't really see him in that. So coming out of the he's just a friend, he's just a brother type of situation, and into like situation that I want to hold his hand, or like give him a hug.
She was big on that, a lot of PDA, and I was
I'm very
like,
touchy.
oh my word.
I'm very touchy, by the way. I'm very clingy and touchy to my husband.
When we started
Nobody
courting,
else.
she was like wanting to hold my hand in the road.
And he
I'm
wanted
like,
to
oh my
sink,
word.
like sink,
Come on.
dig a hole and sink to the ground.
Yeah.
But that was also part of me having to get out of that thing of seeing him as a brother and just a friend type of thing. Because, I mean, the Bible says you find a good thing. I saw a good man. It says that towards a wife anyway.
Just a while ago, you just said that I wasn't nice.
I said you grew into your nice.
So through these tough times, I like the way she said it. So maybe let me string along the story like this. So after we met at Cheers, when I told her, I let her call her and said, "Hey, look, I feel," because after she came to church, okay, bleep. So after she came to church, we started to notice certain particular signs between us. Okay. So there were certain particular, it was just weird, okay? It's like we suddenly had a connection. She would know when I've got a headache, it's weird stuff like that, huh? And you know, people started even noticing, like it was very clear for other people to notice. So after a while, you know, there's one time where I remember I had a sermon about these things, and after a lot of talk and everything, remember we started praying. We used to pray for the movement. So there's one particular time I announced to the team, I was like, "Hey guys, we need some intercessors to actually pray and stuff like that." And what happened was, it's only you raised your hand during that season. So remember, we even opened the TJM intercession door, and there was only you and me in that place. And we used to call each other every Tuesday and Thursday to pray at 9. So it was one of those moments where something broke in me after all those contemplations. And I was like, you know, let's pray about this thing. I really delayed. I dilly-dallied to tell her. I couldn't tell her on that call. So what we did was, one day when we went home, I was somewhere. I was at my mentor's place at that time. In the night, I kind of called her and I told her, "Hey, look, I think I see you as someone I would spend my life with." And it was from that time. Let me not rush this moment. How did you feel in that moment?
So, and at that particular moment, before we get into the rest of the thing, so we were praying. We actually we had a 7-day prayer and fasting.
Yeah.
And we were praying, and it was our last day of prayer.
Oh yeah.
And on that last day of prayer,
just say the type of fast. It was no meat fast. It was only vegetables.
Yeah. And on the last day, we were praying, and all of a sudden, this guy gets all tongue-tied, and he can't speak anymore. He can't say anything. I don't even know what I said to trigger him to get into that.
You said something like, what did you say? Like something like, "Father, what did you say? Like, you know, sometimes we just have to be honest about our feelings to the Lord."
And I was talking about the scripture. I don't even remember what scripture that was.
You didn't know what was happening in my heart, man. I was trying to get a girl at that point.
I was talking about
Because do you know how risky that was? Because at that particular point, we had been sister and brother and friends for a very long time. That was like 10 years of friendship. Then imagine In that minute, I was going to spoil everything if this went south. Because that's how relationships die, you know. Like, oh no, I like you. Like, no, I see you as a brother.
So in that moment, he's not the type of person to not find words.
Yeah.
Okay. He always find words to say. Okay. So in that moment, he was just like hesitating, and he's like, I have something to tell you. I really need to tell you something. What's wrong, my brother? Are you okay? We'll pray about it.
Yeah.
We'll pray about it. Don't worry. We'll pray about it. We're having a 7-day prayer and fasting situation. You know, what's wrong? Just tell me. Are you okay? What's happening? I'm thinking this guy is about to confess like the biggest secret in his entire life, not knowing that it was a different type of confession that was coming. So me, I'm just there, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? Just tell me, what's wrong? He said, no, the thing is, I just don't want to ruin this relationship we have with friendships. You know, I'm supposed to leave for work. I'm also supposed to leave again, going this side, but then the distance. What do you mean? We've talked distance before. Like, there's a time I came back early from India. You were in India. We used to conversate. Yeah. So what do you mean no?
Because at that time I was faced with two decisions. At some point I needed to go and work in Solwezi or go to the US.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of, okay, so I've gotten a job offer in the US. Should I go there? And both of them are still distant. So I don't know. It was so complicated at that point, huh?
Imagine.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what's going on? Just say it. This man spent a whole close to 15 minutes just trying to tell me that he's now looking at me in a different way.
But I didn't tell you then, did I?
You did.
I did.
Yes, and I paused for like a whole minute.
I thought I told you afterwards.
I paused for a whole minute. He just told me, no, I see you as a, what did you say?
I see you as someone that I can spend my life with.
Imagine those words. It would have been romantic in a different setting, but at that particular setting was just like, okay, Brother Daniel.
I was in the spirit just now.
Yeah, so that happened, and through those challenges, he is a type of person who loves to talk about things. If he does not talk about an issue, then I think he'll overthink and it will be boiling within him. And I think from what I've learned being married to him, it affects a lot of certain, I think, things around, because he needs to talk about it. Like, he's that type of person. And I think he's grown up in that type of family setup.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, have grown up in a family setup where for a while, for some time, I was alone. So whatever it is that was bothering me, I needed to deal with it on my own, because the people around me didn't really have the time. They were going through so much. So
tough one.
So everybody around me was going through so much. So I needed to understand that they're going through so much. So I needed to solve my own things and get over it. Okay? Get over it, girl. No matter how much it hurt me, just get over it and move on to the next thing. Of which has affected how I need to express things to my partner. Right? So when we had like challenges during the dating phase, or like preparing to get married, courting phase, thank you for the correction, he's the one who would usually bring it up to say, hey, we need to talk about this, of which it's not a good thing. I'm still working on it and I need to change.
No, but how I see it is I've always told you, I always think you're more disciplined than I in specific things. I've got my strengths in discipline. You've got your strengths in discipline. But, so I ride on your strengths as you ride on mine. Okay? So, for example, me, I will talk about it. I want to talk about it because then I get it out of the way. I move on. I sleep well.
Let's say.
Yes. Now for you, you want to keep it.
For me, it's like I need time to process. After I've processed it, then I find my words. Then maybe I say it later on.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But I think I really appreciated that because it gave the opportunity to talk about things there and then. Because we had come from a different type of relationship into a new one. So we're getting to know each other in a romantic setting.
Yes.
So it was different. And we needed to approach things differently. And we still do.
Okay, so for me, one of the funniest moments for me and memorable moments was number one, two moments. When I was the most honest with you about my life. Number two was when I planned you knew we were gonna get married. So in the setting of getting married, and we will have a topic on this properly, an episode on this. So we'll actually string it from the proposal, right? It's okay. So I did something that I've never done in my life to propose to her. We went fishing. Yeah. So that was very nice.
We went fishing.
Don't worry, I didn't put the ring in the what. We went fishing.
You didn't put it in the fish.
No. That would have been very not environmentally safe.
All the fishies were alive, so you couldn't do that.
Yeah. So, but what we were doing is like we'll catch a fish and like so excited. I was like, I caught one! And I'm like, put it back, man, don't be a killer. Before all these guys start commenting on our channel that no, you kill meat. I don't know if fish is meat. But anyway, yeah, those are the moments. How about you?
I think for me, one of the funniest moments is, I think the time my mind got to realize that, okay, I think this guy actually likes me, apart from telling me that he sees me as his lady. So we had rules, okay? He had a mentor, which I was introduced to, and they became our mentors. So our mentors had rules for us to say when hugging, you only go for like how many Mississippis? 3?
2 to 3 Mississippis.
2 to 3 Mississippis before feelings get old.
Yes.
Probably I should be home before sunset.
Yes. You couldn't cook for me.
I couldn't cook for him. I couldn't wash for him.
You couldn't go in my bedroom.
I couldn't go into his bedroom or his house.
No kissing, no
sex. I could go to your house, but not your bedroom. But then we shouldn't be alone.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
No kissing.
No kissing.
No sex.
No sex. Yeah. So I gave him a hug. He was about to go home. So I gave him a hug. And guy was just like, nah, bro. Keep a distance away from me. It was like I was a porcupine or some sort of thing. Because then he was like, 1 Mississippi is enough. Because if I go beyond 1 Mississippi, I don't know what's going to happen. So for me, that was funny and memorable, because then it was one of those moments where you get to realize, okay, like, after we've gone from this type of relationships and we're in this one, you tend to have questions to say, do you like me? Right?
Yeah.
And like, are you sure you like me, or you're just doing this because, type of thing. But then it was, that was one of the moments. So he literally chased me to go back home. I was, come on.
Yeah, and to the men, you really need to, and this is something that I teach all the guys, the young guys younger than me that come home. We have a couple of guys that come home a lot. I tell them, both your lady and you, but mostly you as a man, have the duty to keep the rules, especially when you have decided to stop whatever you're doing and just be good and be godly. You have to really be strong on timing, on all those particular things, on things that arouse your feelings. You have to be very strong. It's not easy to go pure or remain pure, so you have to be really strong.
Yeah, and you have to be intentional about being pure.
Yes.
In the moment. So then there's 2 more. Let me just say 2 more. So all of them are just like about him. So the other one is, he comes home after telling me that, and he comes home we're supposed to have a discussion about where our relationship is going. I came home with like his sister and one of our other friends, Lottie. And when he comes home, I come out in like, like a shirts and stuff like that. And then he's like, "Where's your jersey?" I'm like, "Sir, excuse me, I'm warm." "No, go put on your jersey." I'm like, okay.
It's cold.
Then he gives me his jacket. He's like, "No, it's cold. Must wear a jersey." I'm like, "But I'm not feeling good." But then also at that moment, I'm like, but on any other day, it wouldn't really be insistent about the jersey. And another memorable moment, also that sticks. I think I'll keep on remembering, but this is the last one. Another memorable moment that sticks is he had gone to Solwezi and then to work, and he traveled, I don't know if it's through the night.
Yes.
He had traveled through the night, and before he could even take a bath or rest or do anything, he like came to see me, and I was like, "Oh, so cute." Yeah.
That was very risky. You should have refused me to do it.
So do I travel in the night?
Yeah. But then there were so many, they were learning how to love, and the love was overwhelming at that point. Yeah. I think our first trip that we had was, I've never really driven long distance until we got married, like on my own. So what happened is when we got married, a week later we bought a car.
Yeah, it was a week later?
Yes. A week later we went to a car dealer and we bought a car. After buying the car, then we drove for 12 hours to our new home.
Yeah, we drove for 12 whole hours to our new home.
And I like traveling with you because of one reason: you don't sleep. If it was Solomon would sleep the whole trip.
I'm his co-pilot.
Yes, she was playing music and she was just doing it. She was like, "Oh my God." Then the funny thing was, when we were overtaking, everyone would be quiet, like, Jesus. God, Jesus. Then we would finish.
And then there are moments when the truck is coming, it's like, I should have made a better decision. But the truck is coming, like, oh, he needs to overtake real quickly.
Yeah.
Before we die.
Yeah.
It was in my head though.
But we made it. Thank you, Jesus.
But yeah, it was a cool one. We had our first car. We had packed all our luggage, like our suitcases in it, and also some stuff we were gifted from the wedding was filled in our car. It was just the two of us, and moving.
And
forward.
then, yes, I remembered. Before I left for the wedding, I got leave for like a week. 2 weeks. Before I left for the wedding, can you imagine what happened? I bought a bed. I told them, keep it for me, because I don't know how that place is. It was a residential area. When we came back, we found they've sold our bed.
Oh, memorable.
Yeah, we slept on the floor.
Yeah, we slept on the floor and literally just like put up some.
Yes, we just put
stuff.
like some stuff and we slept on the floor. Then we got our bed the following day. I want to say the company. Maybe they'll sue us. But actually, we should be suing them.
That wasn't a good thing. Someone bought a bed, reserved it, asked if they could keep it there.
We paid cash for it, remember?
Paid cash in full.
Yes.
And they gave it to somebody else and made us wait. But still, it was memorable.
It was memorable. But that's when I knew that I'd married the right person, because she was like, I know. She was chilled. They're like, yeah, they sleep on the floor. Like, oh my God. I was like so embarrassed.
Wow.
But again, just. So in the end, when it was time to, because remember, we were brother and sister, we mixed with friendship, got directly into courtship, and then we got married a year later. So when we went to Steers, I told her, hey, look, I'm gonna get married to you in a year if you accept me.
Yeah,
I told her.
It was October
2022,
and then we got married in October 2023.
Yeah. So what happened is, I just went to my mom and told her, hey, ma'am, I think I want to get married to Grace. She looked at me and said, okay, kneel down. And she prayed for me. And that's how it was done. That's how she prayed for me. And how was yours?
Yeah, on my side, mom knew him. But before he even like told me how he felt, mom had a conversation, weirdly, funny, Mom had a conversation with me, telling me, you know, if a guy wants to marry you, he needs to be serious. What did she say?
She said something like 1 year, 2 years is
yeah,
enough.
like a year or 2 years is enough for him to decide whether he wants to get married to you. Don't waste each other's time and all those things. And by then, I was like in a place where I had become single. And I was just like, why are you telling me these
Why
things?
telling me all these things? Yeah.
Right now. Yeah, but then when she heard about it, she was like, okay, really? Because I think at some point Mom was very
suspicious, yeah.
But
she was piecing 1 and 2 together.
But then she knew him, so it wasn't the type of thing where I had to like sit down and convince her to say, no, he's a good guy. He's gonna he's gonna keep me well. So she knew him already. So it was just that type of thing of, oh, okay. And then Dad as well was like, oh, you found somebody. What my dad asked me is, are you happy? Are you okay with the decision you made? As long as you're okay, you're happy, you're good.
So good. And after that, then we, in traditional sense in Zambia, is what we believe is the right way is you have to ask for permission from the parents before you can propose. I know in the West they do the opposite. Some only talk to the father, then surprise the lady. For us, it's a little bit different. I would have done that, which is no problem, but I thought just going through the protocol. So I did ask for permission from the father, and we'll have a detailed conversation about this on how it went after the proposal. But after permission was granted by my people going there.
Yeah, the traditional marriage type of setup.
Yeah, type of setup. My people went there, they discussed, and everything was done. We'll get into that properly. And after that, I then proposed. I actually proposed from the place that was going to be our wedding venue.
And we did know that by then. We hadn't decided.
We had not decided by then. So we did know that, and went there, did a picnic, and got some nice non-alcoholic wine, because we both don't drink alcohol. And we did fishing. So we fished a bit. It was fun. We played pool.
He did like a whole setup. He like did a whole picnic setup. We went fishing. He planned a date. And the thing is, we had the whole traditional thing before, so we already knew that, okay,
we're getting married.
Yeah. So then he gave this whole story of, no, I'm definitely gonna get you a ring. It's gonna come sooner or later, and I didn't even expect it to come.
That's
the day.
Because I had planned it.
So he made me think, okay, I'm gonna get a ring later on, but he's done his thing, and he's like, no, let's go for a picnic. So I was like, oh, dressed up. He came pick me up. Went to Louisa Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the place is very nice. It's very outdoorsy. The owner of the place is really kind. She's a good-hearted woman.
Yeah, she is.
They're a really good couple. The place was like, he set up the place.
It was all green.
Like outside doors, set up picnic with like a wine and like a cap, plastic cap. We did fishing, and he was somehow jittery on that day. It was just like, okay, like, let's go play this. Okay, let's go. He tried to be chill. He tried.
It's kind of, I love planning.
When he proposed, he was like, he did a whole picnic setup. It was a surprise. I didn't know that was happening, and that I was getting a ring on that day. Mm-hmm. But he did a picnic setup. He tried to teach me how to play pool.
Yeah.
I tried. I don't think
You should try it again.
We will. We did a bit of volleyball. We did fishing. He helped me catch a fish. It was really nice and cute. We put it back in the water because, you need to put them back and stuff. And then we were about to like have a meal, and he gives me a glass. And this glass had like a fancy little tissue. I was like, oh, okay, fancy stuff. And I'm like, and this ring just flies out. I'm like, what's going on, bro? what is going on? But the thing is, I'm also late with my reactions and emotions. I only started crying afterwards,
Yeah, she cried
which was very awkward.
afterwards. Yeah. Because I put it in there because I didn't want that whole thing because my wife loves food. So I was scared if I put the ring in the wine, she was going to drink it. Swallow it. So I said, you know what thing? Let me not risk it. So before we poured any wine, I put it there and it flew out. And it was amazing. So that's a very summarized version of our How We Met video.
Yeah.
I hope you got something from it. We would love to hear from you. Are you in a relationship? Are you not in a relationship? So you can say I'm single, or I'm in a relationship, or I'm dating. So that we just get an idea of who is watching us.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
like if you have any maybe video ideas you would like for us to put out, because
Yeah.
obviously we would put them on the list. It's not like you would see them there and then for some of them, but we'll put them on the list. So just comment there and
Yes, definitely.
yeah, it
We'll-
would be really cool.
That would be really cool. So don't forget to subscribe. And we are 200 subscribers. Yay! Thank you so much for the support, guys. We celebrate every small win. So don't worry. Don't be sure like it's only 200. It's a lot for us, okay? That's 200 people
Yeah,
believing in us
that's
and
so
liking what we're
cool.
doing. So we're very happy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and that's in like how many months? Like 1 month. So thank you so much.
Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
See you next time.
Bye.